Here's what he says to me. This is number one, John. I'm going to give you guys a lesson here. I want you guys to understand this. He recruited 55 people all of last year. 50 he recruits. Because he hasn't sold a policy in almost 10 years. His 4 or 5 million is 100% override. Because that's the business. Insurance is about overrides and spreads. Millionaires have a team. It's the producers that get stuck at 150 here that never get past it. That's the ego kicking. We're going to talk about this. That's this page. He says, John, here's what I like about PHP. He says, I recruited 55 people off last year. Only 4 are still around. And I put them through a grueling interview process and training program. 4 out of 55 are still around. He says, John, what I like about PHP is, number one, what takes me a year to figure out, you can do in a week. And number two, you guys have recruited part-timers. I think that's amazing. This is from a guy that makes $4 million a year from Northwestern. And it says, what took me 25 years to do, you guys can do in 5. And people are doing it. That's the crazy part. Oh no, I'm getting to AIL. Don't you worry about that. I'm getting to that one. Okay? In fact, let's get to it. American Income Life, guys. AIL. Let me explain AIL. Okay? They sell one thing. Overpriced whole life. Overpriced whole life. You can run a Forrester's quote. Go run Forrester's quote for Smart UL. Design it properly. You'll get somebody twice the coverage with living benefits. People that sell at AIL are clueless, and they're ripping off people every day logically. Logically. Just run me a quote. Well, our system is this. No. You have to spend $200 to $500 a week on leads that are not free. Okay? You have to spend money on leads, and you're dealing with a lower income market to begin with, and they're misleading. They say, hi, my name's so-and-so, and I'm your union representative. No, you're not. You're an insurance agent. You're just going to sell them. They walk in with a child safety kit that says what? Here's your free kit, guys. It's a piece of paper that has kids' information on it. Then they press slideshows. They're not teaching their agents anything. They're almost like they're mindless. They just press this button. Here, look, let's get you disability. They're not teaching anything. Nothing. Zero ethics. When we make money, zero ethics. Because they wouldn't sell it to their own mother. Let me ask you, if you're not going to sell it to your own mother, why would you sell it to mine? Clueless. They don't do annuities. But they do no annuities. Okay? They don't do group. Their term life is as expensive as Primerica, which is twice as expensive than everything in the marketplace. Their whole life and their term have no living benefits. No chronic, nothing. All they're selling is final expense plans to middle to low income union workers. That's it. And they're bragging about how much money they're making. Clueless. All I need to do is show me a policy, I'll run a quote, and replace it. Zero values. Zero freaking values. Run me a quote, smartass. People that go there don't want to work. They don't want to work. Bottom line. People at Primerica, they're also captive. They have to push their own brand. They're more MLM model, which is okay. Okay? By the way, Primerica, hear me out. They're a $6 billion company. They're publicly traded. Primerica is not a scam. Primerica is not a pyramid scheme. Hear me out. I'm defending Primerica for a second. They are a legitimate insurance company. Okay. Respect. You're $6 billion publicly traded. Respect. However, I'm not a fan of their philosophy or their product line. Why? Because if I'm running a quote for term life, I'm going to beat it by more than half. So if somebody has a Primerica policy for $300,000, which means they're what? Underinsured to begin with, because for every $50,000 of income, someone should have $1 million of coverage. So people, number one, are always underinsured with Primerica. Let's just say 90% of the time. Okay? I run a quote for you. Within the first 3 years, I can beat you. If it's 10 years old, it's kind of hard. Okay? First 2-3 years, I can beat you. I'm going to save them money, get them more coverage, and include living benefits. That's the best part. Now, if someone's got a 30-year or 35-year Primerica, we can do 35-year through AIG, and they're 10 years into it, and there's 20 years left. You might be able to get them a new 20-year policy with living benefits. Does that make sense? 10 years later, just match it 20-year for 20-year, more coverage with living benefits. You can get a new policy and save the money. Crystal, someone says they were happy. They don't know what they have. It's lack of literacy, lack of clarity, lack of understanding. People don't know what they don't know. I'm not a fan of Primerica, but I respect them. I'm not a fan of AIL. I'm just not. I don't appreciate the product line at all. I have a buddy of mine that was making $150 a year in Jacksonville. He left. He now just is a financial advisor. You wanted to do more? I was like, yeah, I get it. We're not doing anything here. Put an AIL, guys, go put an AIL guy in front of me. Go ahead. Let's have this conversation. They're not going to win. You have that much confidence. PHP designed this that we could take anybody on. Anybody on. Banking. Listen, guys that work at a bank, they need a salary. They don't want to go out and pound the pavement. They don't want to do the real work. Go work at the bank, guys. Watch what happens when you leave. Who keeps everything? The bank. What's the purpose of being there? The bank. Somebody told me that they have $1 million of term with Fidelity. They pay $80 a month. Brianna, I don't know your question though. I don't know if that's a question or that's just a statement. Okay. So guys, banks are pointless. All right. Franchise. Allstate Farm or State Farm. Go look up franchise fee. Allstate says there's no fee, but they want you to have $100,000 liquid to put into the business. Isn't that the same damn thing? Then you got to pay a retainer to them every month. And they can still fire you. Guys, there was a story a few years ago. A 30-year veteran at State Farm got fired, and they took all his business from him. They can take everything from you. But the reason why people like franchises, big name, there's some credibility. There's systems. Here's the catch, though. Here's the catch. It's expensive. You can't go out of your territory. What does State Farm really specialize in? Commercial, P&C, property casualty, car insurance. Boring. But hey, people do it. Let me spend some time with my independents. Guys, these are my drug dealers of the industry. These are the drug dealers of the industry. All these are drug dealers. These are the socialists. These are the socialists. Okay? They want to give things away for free. They want to seduce you. These are the drug dealers. These are the drug dealers from the 1980 movies. They give you the free drugs and say, take this one, it's on me. Then you get hooked. By the third or fourth time, guess what they have to do? Start charging you for the drugs. Let me explain independence. Pros and cons. Pros and cons. Independence. You get a high contract. Kind of cool. You have multiple carriers to work with. Kind of cool. Here's the challenge. There's guys that'll make $100,000, $200,000 a year. That's it. Because it's just them. Well, look what the word says. Independent. Yeah, independent. That's all it is. And if you have too high of a contract, which we're going to get into, guess what? You don't have a spread. You know why high contracts are BS? My buddy that makes $4 or $5 million a year at Northwestern Mutual, his contract is at 50%. Well, what? He's at a 50% contract at Northwestern Mutual. But because the spreads are worked in, that's where the money is. Guys, the millionaires have high contracts, have high spreads and overrides. It's the broke agents that worry about contracts and leads. So when these companies like Family First, all these other companies come out, they say, well, we're going to give you contracts. We're going to give you a high contract. We're going to give you leads. Why do you have to pay for big events? Come get started for free. Sure, that's cost seduction. What they're not telling you is what they're charging you on the back end. What they're not giving you later. Oh my gosh. They don't tell you that you're spending 25 to 35% of your contract on leads. Of course you need a high contract, because your overhead expenses are freaking high. And they don't do big events the way we do. They just want obedient workers, and it's boring. Guess what? They don't train you. Mainly independents guys sell one thing: final expense. That's it. They don't teach anything. There's no training. It's seduction. Guys, I got paid at 116% last month. We have high contracts. But I don't want the high contract. What do I want? The high spread. Go become a director, 15, 15, 15 this month. You're going to be at a 30% spread. Go do 30,000 points this month. Have the team do 30,000 this month. Go make 9, 10 grand on a spread. That's our game, baby. That's where the millions are made. It's the broke, low-income mindset that I need a high contract, I gotta make money fast. No, you don't. You need to build a business. And watch what happens. We have the best comp in the industry. We actually do, guys. Logically. It's the seduction that gets you, man. Oh, they go get the guys. Anyone that's left the company has never made it. I'm letting you know right now, because their mindset and their habits still suck. They don't want to work. They're looking for shortcuts, and all these companies do is they find the low-hanging negative fruit. That's all they're finding. You don't think I get calls all the time? I get calls all the time. I'm laughing at them. When I rebuttal them back, like, sorry, you're talking to someone that actually knows what they're doing. You can't get me. You might get the newest person, or the one that's frustrated when they're in the valley, and that's what they say, never make it to in the valley. You cannot debate me on this crap, because I know what the frick I'm doing. When someone calls you and tries to seduce you, or your team, well, why is the contract so low? No, hold on. What would Mason say? Mason knows. Hold on. I want you to go right there. Go right there. Get my ass on the phone with them. Get Martinez on the phone with them. Get Clark on the phone. Get Bianca on the phone. Get Del Valle on the phone. Get Del Toro on the phone. Get Handy on the phone. Watch what we freaking say to these guys. They don't have the balls to come to us. Because we know we eat them for breakfast. One guy tried to poach one of our guys, Jacoby, the other day. I'm responding for him. He's insulting Jacoby, not knowing it's me. Hilarious. He couldn't even answer a freaking question. It was from an AIL. Do you guys sell annuities? Well, look us up. And I said, hold on, answer the freaking question. Do you sell annuities? Couldn't answer it. Someone says, how do you convert independents to convert to PHP? I take them to church. How do you convert? What do you want to do? Do you want to build an agency or produce? I just want to produce. I'm on the phone with the guy that reached out to PHP. PHP sends him over to me. The guy's been in the business 15, 20 years now. Almost 20 years. 20 years. Independent. He was a builder. He was a managing partner for New York Life. Then he went to Primerica. I said, wait, you went from New York Life to Primerica? Huh? You apparently don't even know what you're doing. You went from selling whole life in term to a company that doesn't even do anything. Like, what are you doing, bro? I was there about a year. Really, a year. Why'd you leave? Well, I was making good money, but no, you were not making good money. If you're making money, you wouldn't have left. Like, I'm just finding all these red flags. Like, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. He says, what's your contract? I said, bro, what's your income? He gets 120% with Mutual of Omaha. Well, I made about $35,000 last year in insurance. I said, so it's not a, dude, what are you calling me for? Asking me about contracts. You have a cash flow problem. You have the highest comp in the industry and you're still not making no money. You have no systems. People come to PHP for systems. Guys, Matt Sapala was an independent producer at 130% comp. He never made more than $250 a year. And that's Matt Sapala. Beast mode. Comes to PHP, builds an agency, makes $2 million a year. What are you going to say to me? Oh, you get someone on the phone that knows what they're doing. Got it. All you do is recruit people. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Because when I recruit you, I open the door for you. My managing partner at Northwestern makes $4 million a year. All he does is recruit people. The broker in real estate, all they do is recruit people. Of course I want to build an agency. What did Tony write here? Tony wrote because Tony was a six-figure earner at Northwestern Mutual. You have to do at least 50 policies to keep your contract a year. Quota. They contact people until you compare what's really, yeah, there you go. That's right. Let's see what else is here. I want to get my Series 6. Why? Wait, you want to play JV or varsity? You play varsity, go get your Series 7. What the hell are you going to do with the Series 6? Mutual funds and bonds? What the hell is that? Why would I have to come to you buy mutual funds? Here's what you do. Tommy will love this. You go to TD Ameritrade. Go to TD Ameritrade. Okay? TD Ameritrade. Open up an account. What mutual funds you want to buy? Go ahead. Buy them. Buy your mutual funds. Go ahead. What do you need me for? To charge you front-loaded fees? Oh, we buy American funds. That's what America says. Okay, great. Guess what? Do it yourself. Why am I charging you 5 1/4 to do nothing for you? Do it yourself, bro. If Primerica wanted to help their people, just have them do it themselves. Because you don't have to do that. You're not managing money. You're not Series 65. You're not Series 7. By the way, you want to get your securities? Guess what? You can't send me emails without being secure. You can't do social media marketing. You can't do anything. Your securities license, you can't do anything. It's in Patrick's book. You can't do anything. You can't do anything. Someone talks about we got the best leads. We get the best leads, guys. Right? Let me ask you a question. Who do you know? Who do you know that has any real money that's going to put their name on a lead list to have a random person call them? Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Free leads, high contracts leads to socialism and seduction. They ain't gonna do shit for you. They're not gonna allow you to sell anything. Guys, they don't teach you anything. Oh, we have all these carriers. You guys, one company, they just sell Americo. That's it. If that company gets into trouble, they're done. Done. And we have a higher comp with Americo. We are 145. You see, when you talk to someone, those are talking about guys, they can't get you. But they're going to get you new guys. They'll get you new guys. You start making some freaking money, you can't say nothing. Any questions on this stuff, guys? Any questions?
Can you show your hand again?
Show what? I couldn't hear you.
This is Quilly. Can you show what you're wearing?
Wearing what? What? I can't. I can't. Guys, this business is so simple. It's so simple. It's so simple. Yeah, I'll start wearing it if you guys want to start wearing it. I just haven't worn it in a while. Questions, guys, questions. Ask. You know, why I'm not a big fan of Aflac Comp. Aflac product, I think, is a great product. And I know we have a lot of Aflac agents on here, but they'll tell you there's trainees, CITs, districts, regionals. Who makes the most money? Regionals. What is their job? Recruit and train. They don't sell anymore. In insurance, guys, recruiting is going to get you the mindset. Erica Del Toro, millionaire, a year, override. Manchita Zapala, millions, overrides. The people that make millions in our industry, recruit and train. It's McDonald's versus Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A might be better, and it's Saturday. Might be able to get some Chick-fil-A later. Okay? Chick-fil-A is good, but there's only 2,700 stores in 3 countries. McDonald's, 38,000 stores, 100 countries. You can't compete. Recruiting is all about distribution. That's why we recruit. I love recruiting. And we're always recruiting because there's always opportunities. And there's so much room for opportunity and growth. I had a troll that it's on my, I blocked him because it's freaking annoying. It's a fake account. So why do you guys always recruit? Because there's always opportunity. Always opportunity. Because everyone needs help right now, including 55 million unemployed. How do you challenge the company loyalty of Primerica agents? You don't. Listen, Lisa, you have two options. One, you can, three options. One, you can have a sit down with the Primerica person and go back and forth. But I'd bring a marketing director. Number two, you can walk away. Or three, stand in front of a wall and bang your head until you knock yourself out. If you're going to debate a Primerica person, option three is probably the best, which is just knock yourself out. It's annoying. It's pointless. Absolutely pointless. Yeah, stop going after industry people because they're annoying. They have bad habits already. Social media.
Mr. Mason, we can go on a break when you're ready.
Yeah, I see it's 12 o'clock. Just to make sure we get these questions answered, then we'll take a quick break. Manny, we're going to get into that question. Manny, ask me that question once we get to the next part. Okay? That's a good question. We're talking about marketing. Any questions on this, guys? Who pays for the leads with AL agents? The agent, number one, a lot of times has to pay for themselves. Okay? Number two, the MTA, the general agent, has a high contract. They have all the overhead. They pay for the office, the assistants, the chairs, the leads, everything. But it's both. A lot of times the agents have to pay. And there's quotas and minimums. And they're not vested at AL for 10 years. They own nothing 10 years. It's such a dog shit company, honestly. Guys, here's the thing. Then we'll take a quick break. Listen, I understand comps from New York Life, Northwestern, Aflac. You know, the thing with Aflac, if you're a district in the agency, you become a district, you leave to become your own district, guess what? They lose the override. Districts don't want to promote districts. Regionals override all the districts, they don't care. But there's only one or two regionals. That's the catch. You'll never become a regional. In our platform, you recruit as many as you want. You can promote as many as you want. The override never goes away. The override never goes away. I want to recruit more MDs, more MDs, more MDs, more MDs. We have no quota. We're vested our first year. I own my book of business. I have multiple carriers that I can work with. We have physical offices. We have everything in place. WFG agents, if they're open. We have a lot of PHP is WFG. Because they left, like, what are we doing here? They left. Different reasons. Let's do this, guys. This is going to be a long page. I want to stay on for a little bit. Okay? It's now 12:04. It's 12:04. Probably is it lunchtime or break time?
It's just a break.
How many
15-minute break.
15?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's just say it's 12:05. Guys, 12:20. 12:20, I'll see you back on. 12:20, I'll see you back on. 12:20, guys.